Henshaw here again, your friendly local constitutional counselor from California, and with more updates on current events and issues that are key to our future and the future for your children and your posterity. We have an astounding window of opportunity here where we can make differences with the real issues that I present and with the ones that you need to know about. And you didn't get it any more in the public education system than I did all those decades ago. But we start doing it right and with the right issues and the right standing. Now we're going to get the job done with the U.S. Supreme Court that we currently have. And I think Trump is well aware of the real issues, although he's doing some things I'm not thrilled with, especially with recent events in Minnesota. He could have handled that much better and much more effectively, and maybe that will still happen. I don't know. But that said, it's an exciting time, and with the divinely inspired gifts I have, I don't know how I got picked to do it, but I did. And I've got an expert a cappella witness command of 230 years of the Constitution history of the United States. And this will help you in ways, and it will help you to take care of business for your children and your posterity. So send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com, about my constitutional defense document package, moderately priced, not even 30 cents a page. And you get these documents and learn the learn, and I will see what's really going on. They're so far out in left field today, you can't stand it. And some of them maybe even act in good faith, especially our associations who are not your friends, are doing exactly the opposite. And with the sworn you want them to present, you're going to learn all about that too. Send me an email, because that's what we go in there as a pro se fucking litigant with specious, frivolous, sovereign citizen arguments, otherwise known as the intent of those racist. It just gets thrown in a local dumbass that even have, and yet they have the burden of proof by beyond a reasonable doubt of jurisdiction and venue trial court. But it's because you court, they're going to do. And that's what we have to get back to, and trial by jury with educated jurors that know they can rule on the facts and the law. So we get back to that original system, and no, it wasn't a perfect. I get that. Back, make changes, and do it right this time. And by the way, even so, and what I'm saying, supremacists, don't make any mistake about that. Free white male, 21. But the good news is, back to there, even inhabitants of territories, let alone inhabitants of states, Asians and Africans and so forth, have creator endowed inalienable rights that can and will be enforced in common law courts. And we get back to that. Boy, that's as close to a perfect government as we've ever had, and there still needs to be some twitches and things we'll probably need to do, but we do it the right way this time. And keep all the power locally here, back to the states. And of course, California, they're not going to have a whole lot more to do in Sacramento because most of the power goes back to the counties and even the cities, local level, especially education. And that's how we can take care of business, and be sure people get trained and eventually get it into the mandatory public, quote unquote, education system, where it should have been all those decades ago when I was in school, outside of Washington, D.C., by the way. Never learned jack shit about any of this. But in any event, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. And to this end, by the way, I should mention I'm also looking for some investment capital here, too. The first thing to do is for me to do a set of videos for people that homeschool their children. So they'll learn it there if they don't get it elsewhere. And that's going to be a big seller, and it may branch out and go even a lot further than that. We'll see. Because of what I'm saying off the top of my head, I know what I'm doing here. And I'll take on any and all attorneys. You can probably join me on videos and see if you can beat me. and you're the wise ass, legal expert. You went to law school for 46 years. You know everything off the top of your head. Well, take me on, and we'll see who knows what. If you either don't know or you don't care, I don't know which way it is, but neither of them is beneficial to anybody that agrees to take your services, and especially when they're paying you, quote unquote. Oh, an undefined dollars, by the way, defined, if at all, by the president acting as commander in chief of the armed forces. So we need to get some real action in their courts, or better yet, as you'll learn, you know, get out and declare that you're domiciled in a foreign state judicial district. You're going to learn all about that. That's exciting because the original states are there, but you have to know it. And once you do that, they can't touch you because you're domiciled state judicial district. They can't even serve you process, for crying out loud. That's how good all this is, and how good a job those racist framers did, perhaps without knowing it in the case of service process. But nevertheless, it's exciting when you learn the truth. So send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And for those of you that are interested in investing, please do the same thing. And remember, it benefits not only you, but your family and your posterity. And we get things going here and get it back to where it should be. Your family's going to be thanking you forever down the line for doing what you did to get the government back that we should have. So that said, send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. The sooner we start taking back our rights, the quicker we make things better for everybody. Thank you.